Schluck von dem guten Bier. Some Blasmusik, Ladies and Gentlemen. Und PANMUSIK auf der Vogelwiese sitzt Tanzwelle gern einen Hit. Auf der Vogelwiese saß der Franz, weil er gern einen Hit. Ladies and gentlemen, in front of the stage, a new instrument we brought for you. And to be honest, those bells are not a real instrument in normal life. They are used normally in the German mountain area, which is called Allgäu, as a kind of a signal bell around the necks of the cows. And Thomas Lee grew up in the German Allgäu. And when he was a child, he always watched out of the window. He saw those cows with the bells. And one day he stole 12 pieces away and he found out that he can play a song with them. And that's Thomas, the Alpenglocke Polka, the cowbell polka.
melody. I'm looking for a party that is sweet. I'm looking for a party that is sweet. Come on, Thomas! I'm looking for das Lied, die noch einmal an den Glocken in so schön verfällt, die Nacht ist wach. An den Glocken sangen verfällt, die Melodie. I'm looking for das Lied, that is sweet. I'm looking for a party that is sweet. Come on, come on. Come on, faster. Hey, hop, hop, hop.
Thomas and the Cowboy Polka and the Alpen Glocken Polka. Was schön. Und dann blinkt es aus. Jetzt zack, hoi. Ja, wir gehen noch nicht nach Haus. Sing la 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 la. Everybody. Du schreibst doch nicht so. Put your mics in the air again. Come on. The Austrian Ring March, der Zillertaler Hochzeitsmarsch. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go on to the next song. We have another very beautiful lady inside tonight. A very sexy, a very hot, a very beautiful blonde lady. And this lady wants to show you how to blow on the Swiss-made Alpine horn. The problem is this lady is probably really shy. That's why we need all your help, ladies and gentlemen. Please clap your hands and shout together with me for the beautiful, sexy blonde lady, Tina. Tina, Tina. This is Tina.
So, this is Tina. For the blonde lady over there, I saw you already sweating. But don't worry, Tina. And right after the following song, we will have an Alpine horn competition at the stage, and I can see my number one already over there, sitting on the benches. Yes. This is Tina is blowing the Alpine horn in China. It's this time the Tina, das Alphorn in China. Question. Do you know how to blow on a big horn? No. That's it. Ah! Full. Very nice, but I have to tell you something for your coming life, for all your life. Once you have to blow on a big horn and you try and you find out how it works. Don't stop and laugh, just go straight forward. Okay, the next one. Hi. What's your name? No, don't walk away. Hinter mein Boogie, weil jetzt hier abhauen. What's your name?
Cherry.
Cherry from?
Hong Kong.
Cherry from Hong Kong. That's yours. You are very talented. Yes, you are really talented, I can see that. But I would like to suggest to you some open night exercise with a teacher of your choice. And tomorrow you will be fabulous. Okay? And the next one. Hi. What's your name?
Ivy.
Ivy from?
China.
From China. Perfect. Very nice. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, give me a applause for this beautiful lady. Good, but not good enough. Thank you much. That's all. Bye-bye. Give me an applause for the lady from China. Oh. I'm sorry for you. Bye-bye. Give me an applause for the lady from the Philippines. But not good enough. Bye-bye. Last but not least, give me an applause for Lisa. That's a lot. Bye-bye. We have the winner for tonight's Alpine horn blowing competition. And your prize is coming. Now you can choose Niklas or the beer. You take the beer. Yeah. Okay. You have also the choice.
for the first time. We say thank you very much, taking a short break.
Thank you so much. Hanggang dito na lang mamaya. Hindi pa namin nag-book. Ayan, o. Cake. Ayan.
You have to stand straight.
Oktoberfest. Yan. Para sa amin. Birthday celebrant kami. Kasi yan. Our birthday. Apat kaming celebrant.
No. For the gentlemen, that means we need 5 gentlemen as well on the stage. Thank you very much, ladies. Well done. Oh.